まい。素敵な味だ。
おめでとう。
さよなら。
Mr. Arquetto? Goodbye, sir.
さよなら。
Thank you. Well, congratulations, Mr. Aspel. You got yourself a deal.
I suppose one can't stand in the way of progress.
One better not try. You sure you can deliver your end?
Of course. The titles and conveyances are already drawn up.
Good. Just as long as we understand each other, Mr. Aspel. Because I'm holding you personally responsible.
Sister Stephanie will be along any minute. You sure we can't give you a lift?
Yeah, that's all right, Father. I'll take a taxi.
If you can get one. I'll just wait along with you if you don't mind.
No, not at all. You know, I feel a lot better now. It's been such a relief talking to you.
Well, being a good listener is just one of my jobs. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
Well, it'll be great to see Aunt Em again. And as for the rest, well, I just hope I'm wrong about my cousin Paul.
Let me give you one of my cars in case you need any help.
I don't think so. And I'm not even Catholic.
Well, that's all right. They're good for non-Catholics, too.
Oh, can I offer you a lift?
No, thank you. Steve will be along any second now.
Well, goodbye, Father Dowling. Thanks so much. You almost turned this trip into a pleasure.
Goodbye, Miss Adams. Good luck.
Immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. No parking.
Hi. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the retreat?
It was wonderful. I renewed my spirit, got a little sun, and lost 6 pounds. But I'm glad to be home.
I'm glad you're home too, Frank. You know, while you were gone, Father Pressick was going over the parish accounts.
$14 from the Altar Boys Fund, $37.50 from St. Simon's Foreign Missions Fund.
I told Father Prestwick that we used that money to make good what we borrowed from the Indian Missions Collection.
That's right. It's just a temporary loan.
But how do you expect to pay that back?
From the Catholic Services Relief Collection.
That ought to hold us till the end of the month.
And then what?
God will provide.
He better. Want me to take your case upstairs, Father?
Not yet, Marie. I brought souvenirs for all of you. The monastery publishes illuminated lives of the saints. Marie, I got you St. Teresa. St. Ignatius of Loyola for you, Steve. And for Father Prestwick.
What?
Well, I did get you St. Jude, but I'm afraid you're all out of luck.
Oh!
Because this is not my bag.
You lost your luggage, Frank.
There was a girl sitting next to me on the plane. She had the same bag as mine.
Frank, yours doesn't have this pocket on the side.
Oh.
You picked up the wrong bag, Father. Absent-minded. Ooh.
She picked up the wrong bag, Marie. I picked up the one that was left.
It still amounts to the same thing, Frank. You have hers, she has yours, with our gifts in it.
Wait, don't panic. Here's an address. Paul Aspel, 4629 Sheridan Road. I'll drive you, Frank.
Good detective work, Steve.
Maybe you'd like to take this with you, Father?
Oh, thank you, Marie.
And bring the right bag this time, will you, Frank?
Hello. You must be Mr. Aspel.
That's right. What can I do for you, Father? If this is a collection...
Oh, no. No, you see, I sat next to your cousin Lucy on the plane coming back from Phoenix this morning, and there was a mix-up at the airport, and somehow I wound up with her bag.
Well, it was very good of you to bring it over, Father...
Dowling.
What is it, Paul?
This is Father Dowling, Sybil.
How do you do?
He took Lucy's bag by mistake at the airport.
Well, actually, she
You know,
took...
it's right here in the hall still. You know, our maid quit yesterday, and we haven't been able to find a replacement. Things have been in such turmoil. There you go, Father.
I wonder if I could say hello to Lucy as long as I'm here.
Oh, I'm afraid that's impossible. She was very tired after the trip. In fact, she wasn't feeling very well, so we had to put her to bed.
Oh. Well, I hope she's all right.
You know she's not in the best of health. She needs a rest. Well, thank you very much, Father. Goodbye.
Yes, thank you.
You will tell Lucy I stopped by.
We certainly will.
Yeah.
Did you get your bag back?
Yes.
Everything okay?
I suppose so.
Let me out of here. I have to see Aunt Em.
Try not to make such a fuss, Lucy, dear. You'll ruin everything.
I have to tell her the truth.
Lucy, you don't understand.
You brought it on yourself, dear. If you'd stayed in Phoenix, where you belonged, none of this would be necessary.
What are you doing?
Hold her. Hold her!
No, don't.
I should keep her in dreamland for a couple of hours.
Then what?
Don't worry, I've got more. We will just keep her knocked down until everything's taken care of.
But it seems so cruel.
Darling, it is not as cruel as what would happen to us if we let her mess up this deal.
I know, but well, she is family after all.
This is the only way. Will you trust me? For both our sakes.
Oh, Frank, you can't continue to rob Peter to pay Paul. This accounting, this bookkeeping system is unbusinesslike.
Father Prestwick, I manage the books. It's all there in black and white. It comes out even every month.
No, the fact is that your outgo exceeds your income. What is this, $42 to Bailey's thrift shop for what? Mittens?
Mittens. Some of our kids don't have mittens. Their parents can't afford mittens.
Father Prestwick, we are a poor parish, all right? We have poor parishioners.
I'm well aware of that fact, sister. Simple economic fact is that if you continue to give everything away, you will be in the red. I have to go. I'll be back for dinner.
It's meatloaf, $3.50. Potatoes extra.
What?
Well, I'm just taking your advice to heart. You don't want us to be in the red, do you?
No, but... Well, I was invited for dinner, wasn't I, Frank?
Of course you were, Phil. Sister Stephanie is just joking.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'll see you at dinner.
Sorry, Frank. I just couldn't help myself.
Sometimes he can be trying.
Is that what's bothering you?
No, it's Lucy Aspel.
Girl from the plane?
It just doesn't add up, Steve. According to her cousin, she's in poor health, but she didn't say anything about that to me. She seemed fine. She's worried about her family business.
What kind of family business?
Aunt Em's root beer.
Oh, no kidding. I love that stuff.
Lucy's grandmother invented the secret formula. She's the original Aunt Em.
So what's the problem?
Well, her cousin, the one she went to see, he runs the business, and she doesn't trust him.
Why not?
She has this feeling that something funny is going on.
Frank, maybe you're seeing smoke where there isn't any fire.
Maybe I'll light a candle for her. St. Michael's.
Father Dowling?
Who is this?
It's Lucy. Please, help me.
Well, what is it, Lucy? What's wrong?
They won't let me out of here. Please, you've got to come here.
Hello? 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 I had a feeling something was wrong, and I was right. Lieutenant Foster, please. It's an emergency.
Frank, are you sure about this?
You certainly don't think I'd be doing this if I wasn't sure, Bob.
I don't want to answer that question.
You again? Do you realize what time it is?
Mr. Aspel, I'm a police officer. May we come in, please?
We want to see Lucy.
It's the middle of the night. You must be joking.
She called me and said she's being held here against her will.
That's ridiculous.
If you don't mind, we would just like to check her out.
You have no right to enter my house without a warrant.
I made a complaint. Now, that gives you probable cause, doesn't it, Bob?
Frank, Mr. Aspel, please, let's don't make a federal case out of this. We just want to make sure that your cousin is all right.
Lucy? Well, of course she's all right. What's going on?
This misguided shepherd of his fellow man seems to think that Lucy is in some kind of trouble, so he brought the police.
Take it easy, Paul. Lucy's fine.
We'd like to see for ourselves.
You might as well. Already woken the whole house up. Come in.
Lucy, it's Father Dowling.
What are you doing here?
Well, you called me.
No, I didn't.
Miss Aspel, did you call Father Dowling and tell him that you are in danger and that he should come and get you?
Well, why would I do that?
Lucy, this man is a police officer. You don't have to be afraid to tell the truth.
I'm sorry, Father, but I don't know what you're talking about.
When we spoke on the plane, you said you were coming back here because you were worried about Mr. Aspel.
I was worried because I forgot his birthday. I thought he would be mad at me, that's all.
Lucy.
I'm sorry, Father, but you're mistaken.
Are you satisfied, officer? Now, may we all go back to bed, or must we stand here all night listening to this nonsense?
It is not nonsense. I know what she said. Now, what have you done to her?
Frank.
Please, officer. I'm sure Father Dowling meant well.
Miss Aspel, please, is there anything that you want to say to me or to Father Dowling?
No, except to thank you for bringing back my bag.
Mr. Aspel, I'm sorry about this.
Just get him out of here.
Sorry to have bothered you. Come on, Frank. Hey, Frank, come on.
Very good, Lucy.
Yes, and very smart, too. For you and the priest.
You won't get away with this.
I'll take her upstairs.
There's something very wrong going on in there.
She said she was fine. What do you want from me?
Bob, I'm telling you, she's being held a prisoner in that house.
Hey, Frank, calm down, calm down. Whatever you may think, there is nothing more I can do. And you better not try either. In the car, Francis.
If you can't handle your end without me having to come all the way down here in the middle of the night to bail you out, then what do I need you for?
It wasn't our fault. The shot we gave her wore off. But it was only luck Sybil heard her coming down the stairs to phone.
There's too much at stake here. I do not want to have to depend on luck.
That's why we called you.
You should have gotten rid of that priest the first time he stuck his nose in.
Believe me, I tried.
I think everything turned out just fine. I think that Lucy convinced them. Don't you think so, Paul?
Yes, I'm sure that she did. You've got to understand, Mr. Williams, there is no way we could have known that she'd show up here in Chicago.
I don't want to hear any more alibis. Now, you just better be able to keep her out of the way from now on, because if you can't, I will. Any way I have to.
There's no need to take that tone, Mr. Williams. After all, you are a businessman. You're not a gangster.
The people I work for are businessmen. They can only go so far. They hire me to make sure their business comes out the way they want. And I can go just as far as I need to. Understood?
Yes, of course.
There's nothing to worry about. Everything is going to turn out fine. Let's all have a drink. Mr. Williams?
Just as long as we understand each other.
Father Dowling, I don't think you realize the seriousness of this situation. I mean, the bishop himself is making inquiries into St. Michael's finances. I'm supposed to meet him in half an hour.
Well, then you better go, Phil. You don't want to be late.
But what am I supposed to tell him?
Tell him we are not a profit-making concern.
Oh, sister, I think the bishop is well aware of that.
I hope you're right, Frank. I'll let you know what he says.
I'm sure you will, Phil.
Is Lieutenant Foster still mad at you, Frank?
No, he was very nice, considering that he thinks I'm crazy. Steve, we've got to find out what's going on in that house.
How?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Didn't you say that their maid quit, Frank?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. You're not thinking what I think you're thinking.
Why not?
Because it's too dangerous.
Frank, it's not dangerous. These people are not hoods, you know. Besides, you have a better idea?
Our standards here are very high, so I wanted to be certain that she is competent to perform her duties.
Well, she's very competent. Very competent.
How long was she with you?
About 3 years.
And did she get along well with her employers?
We've never had any complaints.
We need someone who's very neat. How would you rate Stephanie on that?
Well, if she weren't neat, she wouldn't be a very good maid now, would she?
I see. Well, thank you very much. Stephanie, this is Mr. Aspel. Paul, Stephanie will be replacing Edna.
I hope you'll be happy here, Stephanie.
Yes, sir. It's a big house, though.
Well, we just live on the first 2 floors. The 3rd floor is closed off. You see, there's just the 2 of us, so we really don't need all that room.
Yes, ma'am.
This is where Steve's working as a maid?
No, Marie, this is Aunt Em's house.
Oh, just like in The Wizard of Oz.
No, like in root beer.
Really? Well, wouldn't you think she'd live in a fancier place than this?
Well, according to Lucy, she's somewhat eccentric.
Oh.
Who are you?
I'm Father Dowling. I'm a friend of Lucy's.
Lucy's in Arizona.
No, she flew into town yesterday. I sat next to her on the plane.
I don't believe you. She would have come to see me.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. She's at Mr. Aspel's house.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm a priest. I don't lie.
Let me get my purse. I want to see my granddaughter.
Won't you come in, please, ma'am? Father?
Thank you.
Aunt Em, what are you doing here?
Father Dowling told me Lucy was here. I want to see her.
Hello, Aunt Em. Father Dowling, what a surprise to see you again.
You'll be seeing a lot more of me, Miss Aspel, if matters remain the way they are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where is Lucy?
She's resting. She's not feeling well.
Is she ill?
Aunt Em.
Lucy. Oh, why didn't you tell me you were coming home? Why haven't you been to see me?
I'm so sorry. It was thoughtless of me.
It certainly was. Aunt Em, I told her to call you and let you know.
Then you should have called, Paul. Something wrong? Something you're not telling me?
Oh, of course not.
Everything's fine, Aunt Em.
What are you doing in Chicago?
Well,
Tell her, Lucy.
I heard that you were going to sell the company, and I just wanted to come back and make sure that everything was all right.
Well, didn't Paul explain it to you?
Of course. I showed her the books just as I showed you.
Then you know we've been running in the red. Paul finally found a buyer for the company. It's the only way we can keep from having to shut down. Our employees need their jobs, Lucy.
And you're willing to sell out?
I've accepted it. We have no choice. The market is changing. We just can't compete anymore.
I can't believe Aunt Em's root beer is losing money.
Please, keep out of it, Father.
Behave yourself, Paul. If it hadn't been for Father Dowling, I wouldn't even know Lucy was here.
I'm so sorry, Aunt Em. Look, you go home now. I'll come and see you later.
Lucy?
Father Dowling, I appreciate you're trying to help, but I really don't think there's anything you can do now except take her home. Please, Father.
You are tired, girl.
Yes, I better go lie down.
That's what she needs, Aunt Em, a nice long rest.
I'll come see you when you're feeling better, dear.
Oh, I forgot my hat. I'll meet you at the car. What is going on here?
Frank, there's a goon with a gun behind the curtain. Better get out of here.
Oh.
It's like Union Station in this place. I'm getting her out of here. My boys are on their way over to pick her up.
All right, whatever you say.
Stephanie, we won't be needing you anymore today. You may go home.
Oh, well, I don't mind staying.
No, that won't be necessary. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll get my things.
Let's follow that car, Marie. That might be the goon with the gun Steve was talking about.
Can you hear me? Oh. It's all right, I'm gonna help you. What did they give you?
Thanks, Marie. You can go back now.
All right, I kind of like chauffeuring you around town. It's a big change from housework.
Yes, but you must have a lot to do back at the rectory.
Yeah, I'm getting a little behind. But are you sure you'll be all right?
I'll be just fine. Thanks, Marie.
Okay, see you later.
こんにちは。
Ah.
こちら行きましょうね。
Oh, no, thanks. I'm just looking around. No, but you don't understand.
行け早く行け
No, I,
一番カゴが一番
Yes, but...
早く
All right, okay, it's all right.
こちら行きましょう。
早く
タオル。
一番な一番
はじめですか。はい、いいですよ。はじめでも。
Hmm?
はい、タオル。
袴脱いで
この着物を脱いでください。
脱いで
いいですよ。
脱いで脱いで
Oh, no, no, no.
Kimono
That's all right.
needed.
I don't think so, no, no.
脱いで
Oh, well, okay.
はい、いいですよ。
Mm.
綺麗な。
Oh, would you excuse us, please?
何ですか。
Yeah.
お、そうですね。
Yeah.
もちろん話があります。一番大事なものは時間上ですね。わかりましたか？
今晩6時に届けます
The check will be delivered this evening at 6 o'clock.
Fine. I'll have everybody at Aspel's house at 6.
公式は今晩渡してくださいこれが一番重要なことです
The formula also. That is what we are most interested in. It is a unique flavor.
Oh, yes. As of tomorrow, everything will be yours. Tell him not to worry.
心配しなくていいって言ってますよ。
私は商売のことは全然心配しませんそれは他に任しています
Mr. Hokkaido says he never worries about business. Let other people worry.
No, really, no, I can't stay. I'm late. I gotta.
どうしてですか？
Look at this.
Yes, I'd like to make a collect call, please. 555-2822. I'll speak with anyone who answers.
I'll get it, Marie. St. Michael's Rectory. Yes, I'll accept the charges. Frank! Where are you and why are you calling collect?
Father, darling.
Shh, Marie.
What? Father, where are your clothes?
It's a long story, Marie.
I don't think anybody saw you, Frank. I pray to God nobody saw you.
What's going on around here anyway?
Father Prestwick will tell you all about it. The girls thought I was there for a massage.
Massage?
You had women massaging you? Oh, Frank, this is even worse than I thought.
They didn't do anything, Phil. I got out of there in a hurry.
Without your clothes?
Steve, where have you been?
They had Lucy tied up and drugged upstairs on the 3rd floor. When you and Aunt Em showed up, they got nervous, you know. They figured it was too dangerous to keep her in the house. So they took her, they put her outside and put her in a truck. And I was hiding in the truck.
Steve, I found out what they're up to. They're selling out Aunt Em's secret recipe for her root beer. Now, do you have any idea where they took Lucy?
Well, I couldn't see anything, Frank, but I was trying to work it out in my head. You know, I was counting the turns and trying to figure out how fast we were going. I think we ended up somewhere around Cicero Avenue.
Could you retrace the route?
Do you have a street map?
In my desk. Here we go.
All right. We turned right, then we went a couple of blocks onto a main street.
Yeah, this is probably Lawrence Avenue.
Yeah, and I think we went over some railroad tracks.
Right about here.
Yes, and then we turned right again, and that was it, I think.
Oh, so it's somewhere in here, huh?
Unless I'm wrong.
Well, let's give it a try. Steve.
Aunt Em's root beer. Lucy's in there somewhere, Frank. I don't see anybody, Frank. Not even I can open this kind of lock, Frank.
We've only got till 6 o'clock to stop Aunt Em from selling her formula.
Well, it's 5:30 now. What are we gonna do?
What do you want?
I'm from St. Michael's.
From what?
St. Michael's. I'm here for the donation.
What did you say?
I can't hear you. You'll have to open the door.
All right, what?
I'm from St. Michael's. I'm here to pick up the donation.
What donation?
Didn't Mr. Aspel tell you? Well, you are the watchman, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the watchman, but I don't know nothing about donations.
Well, I don't understand. Mr. Aspel promised us 12 cases of root beer. We're holding our annual Altar Society picnic.
You don't understand. Go away.
Well, there must be some mistake. If I could use your phone and call Mr. Aspel.
We don't have no phone. Now, I'm not gonna tell you again. Get lost.
You know, I've been very nice up to now. But a promise is an enforceable contract under the law. And if I don't get my dozen cases of root beer, I'm coming back here with a writ and a U.S. Marshal to serve it.
Take it easy. You want some root beer? We got plenty of root beer.
Don't worry, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna get you out of here, all right? Baby, there you go. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right? Here's your root beer. Come on, I'll help you load up.
It's very nice of you to take these out to the car for me.
What the hell is going on?
No. Look, I can explain if you'll just let go of me and put that gun away.
You ain't no priest.
Yes, I am, and I've got credentials to prove it.
Let's get out of here. Frank, get Lucy to the car. I'll keep him busy. Let's go, Frank.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Let's just say that's one guy who's not going to be drinking root beer anytime soon.
He should be here by now.
Relax.
Have you heard from them?
Oh, don't worry about them. They're always punctual. What about your little old lady and her formula?
She will be here at 6, and she will bring the formula with her.
Yes, well, she'd better be.
Aunt Em, you're right on time.
I want to get this over with.
Of course.
Is Lucy here?
No. She had a few things to take care of, but she'll be along shortly, I'm sure. Come and meet the buyers.
How do you do?
お会いできて嬉しく思っています、アスパルさん。
Wait!
Lucy! Don't give them the formula.
Where have you been?
They kidnapped her.
And he tricked you into selling the company.
Is this true?
Well, Why don't you answer that, Sybil?
Not without an attorney.
I'm gonna call the police.
No. No, you're not.
Don't you know when you've lost?
I haven't lost anything. Get out of my way.
You keep him covered. I'm gonna go call the police.
Don't worry, Frank. One false move will let him go another round with Mr. Hokkaido. $22.15. $31.04.
Look at it.
You're putting the decimal in the wrong place, Father.
With or without the decimal, we are in the red. Frank, did you hear me?
In the red. St. Thomas Aquinas is turning their recreation hall into a shelter for the homeless.
What a good idea.
St. Thomas Aquinas is not in the red.
Lucy, what a pleasant surprise.
Hi, Father. I just wanted to stop by with a little token of my appreciation for all that you've done.
They got a truckload of root beer. They got 40 cases they want to stack in my kitchen.
Oh, that's so thoughtful of you.
Well, now that Paul and Sybil are going to jail, Aunt Em wants me to run her company.
Oh, Lucy, that's wonderful.
Oh, delightful. I love Aunt Em's root beer.
Oh, Lucy Aspel, this is Father Philip Presswood.
How do you do?
Congratulations, Miss Aspel, and good luck in all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
Got enough root beer to float a battleship.
You know, Frank, if it's okay with Lucy, we could raffle that off. We could put St. Michael's back in the black.
I think it's a great idea.
There you see, Phil. I told you God would provide.
Viacom.